Alright, today we are taking on all of the bosses that are left. They've kind of run out of creative ways to integrate the bosses into the levels, so they're just throwing them all at us now. And you, out of my way. So the first boss that we are rematching against is good old Armored Armadillo. I'm leaving this fight in because this is more representative of how this fight is supposed to go compared to the last time. Once he is a disarmored armadillo, it's just a simple matter of electric spark to the face. And it's very nice if he doesn't even move the whole time. You know, that makes things a little bit easier. Alright, so, moving right along. I don't know why I take a hit here, but as you can see, they've really run out of ways to arrange these levels around the bosses, so there's just small little rooms in between. And now we have Stung Chameleon. At first this boss fight goes just as poorly as it did last time, but I've left it in here because about halfway through it starts going very well. And more along the lines of what you kind of expect to see. And what you expect to see is a game of Stung Chameleon pinball. And he knocked the charge right off of me. That just was not nice at all. By the way, if you touch the ceiling, I'm pretty sure you get hurt. And that was there to show that you can't actually hit him when he's invisible. Learning to yield video game. Hey, invisibility and invincibility are the same thing. But see, we just bounce him all around, and life is good. Like I was saying before, it's much easier to hit him with a boomerang cutter, boomerang cutter, if you hit him at point blank range. The boomerang cutter is easily the most useful weapon in this level, starting now. As you can see, we have a couple power-ups here that you couldn't really get, except we have a nifty boomerang cutter, which we've used before to get items, so we can use it again. And while it seems kind of silly to use the boomerang cutter to power it up, get in there! It's, like I said, very helpful in this level. And speaking of how fights are supposed to go, here's Spark Mandrill. Now, you may remember the last somewhat unsuccessful run at this, but this time this is more along the lines of what you expect. It's kind of a shame, too, because he seems like such an awesome, powerful boss, and it's really just a game of deep freeze and uppercut, as they would say in Mortal Kombat parlance. They really go overboard with the explosions in this game. But oh well, it was the 90s. It was a different time for special effects. And now more of our fun fish guys that are really just here for annoying purposes. I don't understand why they put them there, except for maybe just to add some variance to the level. No, don't suck me out. And now we go to Launch Octopus, who we can make completely different this time, with the help of the boomerang cutter. See, what's nice is that 3 hits on this guy with the boomerang cutter pretty much disarms him. Dare I say, really disarms him. And so now all he can do is jump around and use the homing torpedoes. He can't go invincible with the storm tornado or anything like that. It's much easier if you try and shoot the rolling shield behind him, so that way he can't block it with his homing torpedo. You know, in the X series, the Replades are all supposed to be like sentient beings that just happen to be robotic. So I don't understand how that works with these rematches. I think that implies that maybe these new guys here are fake. So maybe that was more of a decoy octopus than anything else. So to get on the spikes here, you use a charged up chameleon sting, which makes you invincible long enough to go get it. Once again, invincible, invisible, same thing. Although I guess you're not technically invisible because the enemies can still see you. Now, surely there's no way we could use the boomerang cutter on good old Flame Mammoth here, is there? Well, as it turns out, 3 solid hits on him just trunks him. Now this doesn't have quite the same pronounced effect that it had on Launch Octopus. Now the only difference is he can't switch around the conveyor belt, and he can't shoot Boil out. Neither of which have been factors in either of these two fights, but you know, every little bit of help helps. Or it would if he was even a hard boss at all. Like, even without his weakness. So with that, we have now beaten all the Mavericks once again and can get on to the stage's real boss, D-Rex. D-Rex is one of those bosses you encounter every now and again in games like this that split into two and just get really annoying. Whenever one part of him touches a wall, it'll knock you off. He likes to use his giant D-Rex teeth to eat you, which has no appreciable effect. That projectile is very easily dodged by staying on the wall, but just for kicks, I'll show you what it looks like when you get hit by it later. See, that's what it looks like. Wow. This guy is really deviously clever. It's kind of annoying. But fortunately, a nice application of Boomerang Cutter to the face will cut him down to size once and for all. And you notice that by destroying him, we destroy his eyes. That is the important thing. That's how you handle robotic dinosaurs, by aiming for their eyes. And with that, we are done with most of the Sigma levels, except for, of course, Big Baldy himself. So we will handle him tomorrow.